Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. I spent a lot of time putting together all of the pieces for Goetia ritual. I made my circle, I made all my vestments, medallion, apron, the triangle, gathered everything. Had everything correctly laid out astrologically, the times, the perfect time of the demon, the proper day. The moon was not void of course. The moon was waxing. Everything was perfect. I'd set this altar up in front of, I had the triangle there and the circle and everything was ready to go. I woke up that morning and came downstairs and I started the morning off before I came out. I had properly bathed myself with hyssop, prayed, properly consecrated my weapons and myself with the oil of Abramelin, and decided to start with a brief tarot reading. And the tarot reading was overwhelmingly negative. I got like a full cease and desist order from this reading. And I don't know, something happened and I realized what I was doing was in vain. I did not need the Goetia. In fact, using the Goetia will just, what I'm trying to accomplish, it will hinder me. And what's further, what I was going to use the Goetia for, excuse me, was I had already dedicated to Rahor Kuit, and it was a blasphemy. I've already consecrated my business with the talisman of Rahor Kuit right in the business logo. And it was Rahor Kuit who reached down to me in that moment and kind of gave me a smack. It was a blasphemy. It was a lack of faith in myself. I went to the metaphysical store to get some supplies for the ritual. And when I was there was an owner, an older woman, asked me if I would do a tarot reading. Excuse me. And the tarot reading that she gave me was super strong. But she had no knowledge of the Kabbalah on the cards, or the Thelema, or the OTO. And she was telling me things about what I was doing right now that should have seemed obvious to me, and she was kind of confused why they weren't. And she was talking about my soul and my ancestors and my cups. Honestly, is what she was talking about, was my cups. She didn't say that, but in retrospect, that's what she was talking about. And the morning of the ritual, it showed me my intention of the ritual was an inverted Ace of Cups. And when I asked myself, right here, right now, yes or no, do I do this? The card that I drew was an inverted King of Cups, Knight of Cups. And I came in, when I did come into the garage, I continued with a ritual, but I completely abandoned the Goetia and performed a full blown banishing and invocation of Nuit Hadit and Rahur Koit. And I didn't apologize and I didn't cower and I didn't beg. I just tuned myself into what I was doing. I drew a card from Nuit, was the Three of Wands. I drew a card from Hadit, which was an inverted Princess of Cups. All morning I had been getting inverted cups, all morning. And then I drew a card from Rahur Koit, and it was inverted lovers. And then, lastly, I drew a card from the Prophet, asking for a communication. And I drew inverted pleasure. And I didn't even need to think about it for a second. I knew exactly what that meant. I have not been working on this hard enough. I've not been taking it seriously enough. I am skipping steps, and I'm not giving myself credit where credit should be due. And I'm not following my heart and my gut, even though I've kind of convinced myself that I have been. And I've made this altar with my magical weapons, and I don't know if you can notice this. I have my wand, I have my Athme, I have my disc. I don't have a cup. I don't know what kind of magician I think I am. I don't even have a cup. I'm shifting my focus to, I want to find my cup. I don't even fully understand the cups. And isn't that ironic? I don't understand the cups. I'm going back to work in a couple days. I've been fully committed to the business now. I'm doing my daily ritual to the best that I can. I have all of the tools for Goetia now. I have zero fear of performing Goetia. I don't need it. I don't need it right now. And what I was trying to do was more elaborate and more grandiose than the Goetia should be used for. It should be more specific and short-lived tasks, and I had something much more grandiose in mind, and I was halted and realigned. It's my intention to return to that woman to see if she'll teach me tarot and help me find my cup. And it is my full-blown will to make this business take off immediately and be successful with it. Love is the law. Love under will.